full god Seth. Seth in the pyramid texts. Regarding the attributes of Seth as a deity. Part 1. The pyramid texts are not very forthcoming. The little information that is provided suggests the notion he was to some extent the embodiment of the destructive power of nature. In spell P516, Seth is linked to the destructive power of the sun's rays, while in spell P70, he is connected with the power of the flood. In the Pyramid of Unas, the word storm in spell W166 and spell W171 has the Seth animal as a determinative, while in spell W158 Seth is called the Lord of the Storm. In the Pyramid of Teti in spell T190, the Seth determinative is removed. In the early dynastic period, Seth was associated with Nubt-Ombos/Nakada. An inscription on a 2nd dynasty Bowl British Museum E68689, and a section of relief from the 3rd dynasty shrine of Djoser at Heliopolis each have the text Seth of Nubt. Within the pyramid texts, Seth is again linked to the town of Nubt, being referred to as dwelling in Nubt spell W155, Seth of Nubt spell P449, Seth in Nubt spell P582, him who possesses Nubt spell W17, and he of Nubt spell W175. Seth is also called Lord of the Land of the South Upper Egypt spell W155. In addition, there is reference to Seth being associated with the now lost town where he is spoken of as he who was in Hypersleis. Spell T229, and O Seth who is Enenti spell P276. Mercer proposed that, as Lord of Storms, Seth was the counterpart to Horus, the god of the bright sky. Breasted also proposed that Seth was on equal terms with Horus, but in his interpretation, Seth was the god of darkness. However, Faulkner and Taveld both proposed that although he was associated with Horus in the pyramid texts, this is a later association, and should not be considered as his original character. From pre-dynastic times, Seth was strongly associated with Nubt, the town of gold, which was an important settlement at the head of the Wadi Hammamat, the caravan route to the gold mines in the eastern desert and to the trading centers on the Red Sea coast. It is feasible that the pre-dynastic Egyptians traversing the dangerous desert environment would seek to placate, by worshipping the deity of that dangerous land, to ensure their safe passage to and from the gold mines and the Red Sea coast. That god was not perceived as being one of the resident fauna of the Nile Valley, but a creature of their imagination that they believed inhabited the inhospitable desert, the Seth animal. As a dweller of the desert, the Red Land, it is feasible that he became associated with color red. The scorpion mace head depicts two standards topped with a Seth animal. It is possible that these are representing Seth in his role as the god of the eastern and western deserts. Later in the Middle Kingdom tombs of Bakhti and Keti at Beni Hassan, the Seth animal, labeled as Sa, is depicted with other mythical desert creatures, a possible cultural memory of the origin of Seth as a deity. In the pyramid text, spells W166 and P484 refer to Horus of Nekhen Hyracanopolis, while spells W155, W175, P449 and P585 refer to Seth of Nubt. Both these pre-dynastic kingdoms were situated in Upper Egypt, with Nubt being located on the west bank of the Nile 16 miles 26 kilometers downstream of modern Lua, while Nekhen, also located on the west bank of the Nile, is 50 miles 80.45 kilometers upstream of Lua. During the pre-dynastic period, Nekhen gained ascendancy over Nubt, resulting in it being absorbed into the kingdom of Nekhen.